As we draw deeper into this summer transfer window, two players have stood out on the lips of every Man United supporter. One has already been signed, Leny Yoro, snatched from the praying hands of the mighty Real Madrid. The other, a PSG midfielder who is wanted out, but Paris Saint-Germain are looking to oversell. United are still staying firm, but the reality is most likely Manuel Ugarte will be joining Manchester United sooner rather than later. But how on earth do these two players contribute in solving one of United's biggest problems from the last season? To answer that, I'm first going to draw you back to last season and how things were, just in case you forgot. My name is Webb. This is the United Hotspot. Like, share, and subscribe. Now, we know that the last season, one of the biggest issues United had was the goals we conceded. 58 goals conceded, a goal difference of -1 in 38 games played in the Premier League was an all-time low. The reason was in the middle, whenever United lost the ball, they were so easy to penetrate. No wonder Andre Onana was always forced into so many saves. It was a nightmare for him because he was not properly shielded. Now, going into this summer, the first summer transfer window for Ineos, certainly they needed to find solutions for these problems. And in this, they needed to identify the right players. Now, Leny Yoro, I'll start with that, with the young 18-year-old French kid. And many of you will say, how on earth does Ineos trust an 18-year-old kid to be solving such a huge problem? But let me draw you back to how good this boy has proved to be for his former club in Ligue A, that is at Lille. Leny Yoro is only 18, but he's without a doubt a generational talent. No wonder Man United were able to convince themselves to pay £52 million for him despite having just a year left on his contract. They had to rush and get him ahead of Real Madrid, Liverpool, and all the other clubs in Europe that wanted this kid. Leny Yoro has so many good attributes. Of course, he's a tall player, over 6 feet, but one of his key attributes is his passing. To give you just drop some bit of numbers, last season in the League One, among all under 21 centre backs in Europe, he ranked number one for just not just the number of passes he played, 1,700 passes that he completed, but also in terms of the quality of these passes because he still ranked number one in terms of passing accuracy. Now we know that United struggled a bit with some of our centre backs not being so good when it came to their passing. Their passing wasn't fully accurate, yet in the game that Eric Ten Hag loves to play, passing from the back is so important. Most of the time, the goalkeeper, Andre Onana, is going to start the ball and pass it to his centre back or full backs, and they've got to be able to pass it as we advance. So they always have to direct the play with their passes. Already, Leny Yoro has proved how good a passer he is in his first game, his debut for Man United against Rosenborg, with that diagonal pass that he played. That was just a snippet into just how good a passer he is. Now, the other thing is, this boy is very good in terms of aerial duels. And people would say, of course, he's tall. He's got to be good at aerial duels. No, it's not obvious that because you're tall, you've got to be good with aerial duels. We've seen taller players who are not good, yet shorter players like Lisandro Martinez have proved to be good and decent with winning aerial duels. But across all the top leagues, the 5 European top leagues in Europe, this boy ranked second for aerial duels won. This Leny Yoro kid, that is just how good he is. Now, the other impeccable attribute that has found that saw him attract Ineos and Man United is his game reading, which is so important because his role when he joins Man United is going to be sweeping. He's going to be more of a sweeper than a man marker. Lisandro Martinez playing next to him will be doing more of the tackling work because Martinez is so good in 1v1 situations. He's a good, aggressive, confrontational tackler. But behind you as a tackler, you've got to have a sweeper who has got a proper game reading. One, knows where he has got to go at what time. Two, a sweeper who has got speed because when you know where you're going to go, you need to be able to arrive there at the right time. This boy is impeccable at this, and he has proved this already in that game against Rosenborg. But thirdly, also, he's aggressive. Leny Yoro is extremely aggressive. So, meaning he will offer the right cover for Lisandro Martinez, and trust you me, the two of them will be a match made in heaven. Not to forget that this boy has got, with his speed and tactical awareness, he is able to cover the wide areas and support the likes of Diogo Dalot if it has to go forward, or cut inside like Erik ten Hag wants to add to the midfielders by having a right back or a full back come and drop into the middle as well, like we've seen Diogo Dalot do many times. He will need some cover from the sweeper, and this boy can impeccably do that. So Leny Yoro for Man United solves a big part of the problem United has had. Now, how does then Manuel Ugarte fit into this? Now, we know that Manuel Ugarte is not your best ball player, without a shadow of a doubt, but he's so strong in terms of the attributes that Man United needs the most. That is one, aggressiveness in the middle, tenacity, being a fighter. If you've watched League One games, if you watch his national team games at Uruguay, Manuel Ugarte will always come out of the game the dirtiest. His jersey, his kit, his pants, his everything in the back, sideways, in front, in the head, the boots, everywhere. He's always dirty because he lives in grass. He flourishes in grass. He's always down, sliding and tackling. That is what Man United needs, because we've got creative players in Kobe Maino and and uh, Bruno Fernandes ahead of him. Manuel Ugarte is the kind of midfielder, number 6, who needs creative players in front of him. All he's got to do is to fight, tackle, and win the balls back. No wonder he was ranked number 1 with 98 tackles in League A last season. He was ranked number 1 when it came to tackling, which is a good attribute that Man United needed. 2, the other thing he's so good at is winning possession back in the final third. He ranked number 2 in the French League One in terms of winning possession back in the final third. And what does that mean? Or rather, in the attacking third. What does that mean? It means that he will add a lot to our press, because Erik ten Hag loves to press. Teams today love to press from the top. Now, if you've got a number 6 who can come and again press and win the ball back and pass it to the more creative Kobe and Bruno Fernandes, even if it's Christian Eriksen and Mason Mount playing on a particular day, this guy is going to give us more chances and opportunities to cause danger in the third of the opponent, in the attacking third. That is exactly what Ugarte does. He may not have the biggest set of skills in terms of the ball, but winning the ball back, and most importantly, he keeps it simple, which is a good attribute of a good number 6. That is why he's likened to N'Golo Kante. The best number 6 of today are those ones who keep it simple, win the ball back, and be able to use it, but don't be fancy. Do the easy work and trust the better players. Just be able to know and admit that there are better players around you. Do the donkey work, eat the grass, go into tackles and fight. When you win it back, pass it to the better Kobe Maino or Bruno Fernandes, and trust you me, you will be done. So Manuel Ugarte is likened to N'Golo Kante because of that. Now, the two, combine them with Man United, starting with a backline that has got in the central defense Leny Yoro and Lisandro Martinez. Then in the middle, Ugarte, Kobe and Bruno. Trust you me, the biggest part of the problem United has had for the last season will be solved. My name is Webb. This is the United Sport, and that's why I think Manuel Ugarte should be the number 1 priority of a holding midfielder in this summer, despite, of course, interest in so many like Fofana and the likes. Subscribe, like and share, drop a comment, and I'll catch you later.